We left off at drug testing in the private sector. NCAA, NBA, NFL, MLB, and Olympics. The NCAA tests more than 10,000 student athletes annually. Specific banned drugs vary. There are stimulants, anabolic steroids, alcohol, beta blockers, diuretics, illicit drugs, and growth hormones. The list is subject to change. Blood doping and use of EPO. Glycoprotein that can stimulate production of red blood cells increases oxygen carrying capacity, as shown in this image here. Therefore, whole blood packed red blood cells, EPO, or blood substitutes boost oxygen levels and increase physical performance. Blood and urine drug testing are strong deterrents. Testing can tell the difference between HUEPO and natural EPO. It is a crime in all 50 states and most countries to drive a motor vehicle, and in some states a bicycle or boat or lawnmower under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Blood alcohol levels impair driving, driving under the influence, DUI, DWI, driving while intoxicated, drunk driving, underage driving, drinking and driving, and drink driving. Blood alcohol levels, most countries have legal limits for a blood alcohol content. BAC is 0.08% or 80 milligrams per 100 milliliters. Consequences including fine, imprisonment, license revoked, use of locking device on the ignition, or breathalyzer prior to allowing the car to start. Methods of testing BOC, many types of analyzers. There's blood, breath, urine specimens. Most accurate is using blood. They do not use an alcohol swab to cleanse the skin for venipuncture or fingerstick due to the risk of alcohol contaminating test results. They also will not open the sample until it can be tested. The other thing to take into consideration that might affect the results is gender, male versus female, weight, amount of alcohol and other foods ingested, time lapsed after ingestion, and effects of other drugs. So how they test for this is field sobriety testing through walk and turn tests, one leg stand tests, horizontal gaze, and breathalyzers. If the patient refuses, this could change the blood alcohol content if it is drawn later than on scene. There's future trends, demand for faster specific drug detection, rapid on-site testing, and tightening ability to alterate the specimen. Also, too, there's wanting to test the specimen as soon as possible. Ideally, point of care at the scene would be perfect. I'm going to pause this video and we'll continue. I'm going to show you a video on some field sobriety testing.
Peace officer for 19 years. Today I'm going to be showing you some tools used by police officers to detect impaired drivers, or to determine whether that impairment is by drugs or alcohol. One of those tools is the standardized field sobriety testing. It's used when police officers suspect a driver is impaired by drugs and or alcohol. The standardized field sobriety test consists of a 3-test battery, the first being the horizontal gaze nystagmus test, then the walk and turn, and then the one-leg stand. Allow me to demonstrate the horizontal gaze nystagmus test. Please stand with your heels and toes together, hands by your side. Don't do anything until I tell you to. Do you understand? Yes. Do you wear glasses or contacts? Glasses. That's fine. You won't need them for this particular test. I'm going to check your eyes. Okay? I want you to follow the top of my pen, stimulus here, with just your eyes. Don't move your head. Do you understand? Continue to watch the top of the pen. That's great, thank you. The next portion of the standardized field sobriety test is the walk and turn test. I'll demonstrate that now. Please stand with your heels and toes together, hands down by your side. Don't do anything until I tell you to. Do you understand? Okay. What I'd like you to do now is take your left foot and place it on the line. Put your right foot in front of it with your right heel touching your left toe. Like this. Perfect. Now don't do anything until I tell you to. Do you understand? Perfect. When I tell you to begin, what I'm going to get you to do is take 9 heel-to-toe steps down the line, turn, Then take 9 heel-to-toe steps back. When you're making your turn, I need you to leave your front foot on the line. Take several small steps to turn yourself around. Okay? While making your steps, I need you to count them out loud. Watch your feet as you're doing it. Keep your arms by your side. Once you've started the test, don't stop until you've completed it. Do you understand? When you're making your turn, I want it to look like this, okay? 1, 2, 3, and so on until you get to 9. Leave your front foot on the line, taking several small steps to turn yourself around, and then return. 1, 2, 3, and so on until you get to 9. Do you understand? And begin. The last part of the standardized field sobriety test is the one-leg stand. I'll demonstrate that now. Please stand with your heels and toes together, hands by your side. Don't do anything until I tell you to. Do you understand? When I tell you to begin, I'd like you to lift the leg of your choice approximately 6 inches off the ground. Keep your toes pointed forward and your arms by your side. Keep your legs straight, and while standing in that fashion, I'd like you to count out loud in the following manner: 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until I tell you to stop. Do you understand? Okay. Go ahead and begin.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1014, 1015, 1016, 1017.
And stop. And that concludes the standardized field sobriety tests.
That concludes Chapter 17, Part 2. Please make sure to reference the questions at the end of the chapter, as well as the skills at the end of the chapter as well when preparing for this test.